Good morning. So I'm in my car. Welcome to a new reading vlog. Happy Monday, all that jazz. I'm just waiting for my car to heat up because it is cold outside, but I'm going to get my coffee, and then today is going to be a reading and laundry day. So that sounds like fun, but let's go and get caffeinated. So I got my coffee. I'm now back at home, but I have my first load of laundry in, although I have like 12 million more to go because I put it off for so long. I have cleaned my room for the most part. There's still a couple of things that I need to finish with tidying up, but it's only 10 in the morning, so I'm feeling real productive. So I'm sorry that there was no vlog last week. For some reason, since I'm going back to vlogs, I want the vlog that I post to be amazing, and I just need to stop and just know that it's gonna be fine, but I keep on getting in my head about it. So I'm gonna try and actually post this vlog. I have filmed like 4 vlogs but not been happy with any of them, so I haven't posted any of them, but I am going to post this one, damn it. So I wanted to show you a couple things that I got at the Disney store because I think they are fun and I think that you guys might like seeing them. So I had a coupon, so I went and got these mugs that I have had my eye on for a while now, and I just didn't want to spend a bunch of money on them. So then when I had a coupon, I was like, okay, I can buy them. So they have this whole line of like Disney princess mugs, and I don't really know how to explain it. I guess it's like shops, if that makes any sense. So we have Belle's Public Library, and it is so adorable. I love it. And then on the back it has Belle, and it's just so cute. Then the other one that I got, I only got 2 out of the 4 because I wanted to be reasonable, but I got Ariel's Who's It's and What's It's Emporium, and on the back this one also has Ariel struggled. And then the last thing that I got is this Alice mug. It is just the tea party scene, and obviously I needed it in my life. So this week I really want to try and get back into reading. I have been reading my current read for a very long time, King of Scars. It's very, like, I really have mixed feelings on it, to be honest. It's one of those books that I expected to just instantly fall in love with, but in all honesty, it has been taking me some time to really get into it. The story didn't really get going until halfway through, and now I think I'm about a third of the way through, so things are starting to pick up, but it definitely took some time to get there. So I'm hoping to finish this today. It's 500 something pages, and I am currently on page 311, so I don't know if that's going to actually happen because I haven't read 200 pages in a day in a very long time, but I'm going to try. And my other current read is my audiobook, and I'm listening to Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I don't know how far I am into it. I'm on chapter 9, so I'm a fair bit into it, and I am enjoying it so far. It's a really fun, high-stakes, superhero-esque story, so it's a good read so far. The only other thing that I really need to do is edit my bookshelf tour. I have it all filmed and I have it mostly edited, but I did the editing without any audio, so I just need to make sure that the audio is seamless, and there's just a couple of different tweaks that I have to add with the editing, and then I'm going to have to, in the next couple of days, actually get ready, put on a face, all that stuff, so that I can film the intro and outro. So I film all that stuff on different days just because it's a little bit easier for me, because I can just film the bookshelf tour, like actually showing you each and every book whenever, because it doesn't matter, you don't see my face, and then I only need to film for like a couple minutes the other day to do the intro and outro. But I am hoping to get that up on Thursday, so I guess we'll see if I am actually able to accomplish that. But I'm going to continue my laundry. I'm going to get some King of Scars read, and yeah, I will update you a little bit later with how my day's going. So it's now 1 p.m. and I've been reading for the past little bit. I have had a few distractions also since I had so much coffee. I've had to pee like every 2 seconds, which is very inconvenient, but I'm on page 397 of King of Scars, so I feel like I am making some progress and maybe I'll be able to finish today, or maybe I'll at least get kind of close. But I'm taking a brief intermission from my reading because I got packages. Now I know my last book haul was literally titled My Last Book Haul because I was planning on not doing book hauls for a little bit, and that's still true, but I do have some books that I have pre-ordered, so those are going to continue to come in, and I don't even remember what I pre-ordered, to be honest, so we'll see. So first here we have The Triumphant by Leslie Livingston. This is the next installment, possibly the final installment in the Defiant series, and I read the first book, or no, the Valiant series. The second book is the Defiant, and I've had it since it came out last year and I haven't read it yet, so I really need to get back into this series, especially since I have this book now, and it was one that I really enjoyed, so I don't know why I haven't read the sequel yet, but now that I have this, I definitely need to do that. And now this next package. Finally, I thought I had pre-ordered this, and then we got it in store, and I never got my copy, and I was very confused as to why I hadn't, but it is Stained by A.G. Howard. So this, I believe, is a Rumpelstiltskin retelling, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm not entirely positive about that, but I do know that it is a retelling, which is what she specializes in. I really enjoyed Splintered, which was her Alice in Wonderland retelling, and then the other one, I can't think of what it's called right now, but it was a retelling of Phantom of the Opera, and I didn't really, Roseblood, I didn't really enjoy that one so much, but I do want to give this one a try. It has a beautiful cover, which is pretty typical for her style of cover. This is one of the portrait covers that doesn't really bug me so much because I'm not usually particularly a fan of them, but they are really pretty. And the font in hers is usually a different color, but in here it looks like it's just black. But this is the Indigo exclusive edition. It looks like it just has like an annotated page in the back. Oh, it's a Princess and the Pea retelling. That's fascinating. I do remember that now that I say it out loud. But these are two books that I'm very excited to read, and I really do need to get to them. You are making so much noise back here trying to get in that box. But my mission right now, I'm setting aside writing. I'm kind of just waiting on some things, letting it simmer, if you will. But I was considering starting some new writing projects while I'm waiting, but I think instead I'm going to focus on reading because there are so many books that I really want to get to, and since I've been struggling with my reading a lot, since it has been something that I've been wanting to work on, that's what I'm going to try and do. Right, Lucy? Yes. So I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on, if I'm not liking a book, DNFing it and just reading things that I enjoy, so then I can hopefully get back to where I was in my relationship with reading. King of Scars hasn't been the best for getting out of that slump because, like I mentioned, it's pretty slow, but I'm almost done with it, and then I do have some things that I want to move on to. I was going to read The Gilded Wolves by Roshni Chokshi next because that was a buddy read that I was doing with Hannah and Zoe, but Hannah finished it and didn't really like it and said it was boring, so I'm kind of apprehensive about it a little bit, but I think I might try and pick it up still, and I guess we'll see. But now it is time to get to more of King of Scars. These little pull tab things that come from book packages are literally Lucy's favorite toy. Don't bother getting your cat's actual toys, they just want garbage. So I just finished it, and by just I mean literally like 5 minutes ago, but I don't really know what to do with that ending. I have a lot of thoughts and a lot of feelings, and I'm going to definitely go a little bit more in depth in a wrap up, but overall I enjoyed it, and I think my rating is sitting at a 4 or a 4.5 out of 5 stars, but I totally understand why this book has been receiving such polarizing reviews. Like, I have seen a lot of people that I know were super excited for it coming back and saying that they were disappointed by it. As much as I was trying to avoid reviews, I just kept on seeing stuff like that, so I was really nervous going into it because I didn't want to fall into that. But I think if I'm considering the book as a whole, I lean more toward 4 out of 5 stars because the pacing wasn't great. I found it took a really long time for the action to get going and for me to understand where the story was going. But the ending, and I would say the last like 200 pages, everything I read today, I was like, what is happening? So that ending did kind of redeem it for me, and it made me like, I'm dying for the sequel right now because it was so unexpected. This was just a really risky story overall, and I think that Lee did a really good job with it. Like, I'm kind of speechless, honestly. So that's my thoughts now, and like I said, I'll go a little bit more into depth in a wrap up when I've had time to kind of like think it over and formulate clearer thoughts. But since I'm done that, I think I'm going to move on to The Gilded Wolves by Roshni Chokshi. Like I said, I don't fully want to read this just because I know that Hannah didn't like it, but I also like a lot of books that Hannah doesn't like, and she hates a lot of books that I like, so I don't know. I guess we'll see, but I think if it is going too slowly for me, then I will probably put it down in favor of something that is going to be a little bit more of a fast-paced read and something that will help me to continue on the out of the reading slump. But I'm gonna try and get some more reading done today. I've already read more than 200 pages, so like, it's a good day. So it is now 8:30, I believe, but I'm in bed because I work at 5 in the morning, so I need to be up at like 4-ish, and I really try and get myself to go to bed early so then I'm not a grumpy bitch in the morning. But I'm going to try and read a little bit before bed. This is always the time that I struggle with the most because I really want to read, and this used to be when I would read all the time is right before bed, but now working so early in the morning has kind of thrown me off a little bit, and I'm just so tired by the time that I get into bed that I'm like, I don't want to do anything where I really need brain power, so I just find myself scrolling through social media and doing absolutely nothing productive. So I am going to try and work on that, but I did have a really big reading day today, so I don't know if today is going to be the day that I start working on that. I think I might just see if there's anything for me to watch on YouTube and then probably fall asleep to that instead of reading because I'm horrible. But I think this was a pretty successful day getting back into vlogging. I feel like I have quite a bit of footage, so that's good because I've just been trying to vlog but not vlogging enough. It's a struggle. So I'm glad that today went well, and hopefully tomorrow will be good too. Good night, baby boy. Good morning. It's, I don't even know. It's probably about 10 right now. What time is it? 10. I'm just making my bed right now. But yesterday I went to bed so early. I went to bed at 8:30. I got into bed. I probably fell asleep by like 9-ish. Actually 9:30 I would say. But nonetheless, that is still really early. And the reason I went to bed so early is because I had to work. So I get up at 4 in the morning and I felt like pretty well rested, you know, because I went to bed so early. And then for some reason I was just like, I feel like I should double check my schedule because I was just going from what I remembered my schedule being. I hadn't like written it down anywhere or anything. So like this was literally my memory. So I double checked my schedule and sure enough, I don't work today. Great. So I was up at 4 in the morning for nothing, and like usually it'd just be like, oh whatever, go back to bed, but it took me like 3 hours to fall back asleep. I didn't fall back asleep until 8, and then I got up at 9 because I was like, well, I don't want to sleep the entire day away. So today hasn't even really started and it's already been a mess. But today I'm about to go and shower, and then once I've showered and gotten ready and everything, I'm going to film my bookshelf tour intro and outro and my thumbnail and all that stuff because I decided I'm gonna do 2 bookshelf tours. So I'm gonna do one which is like the full tour where I take out every book, and then I'm gonna do one where it's just kind of like an aesthetic silent vlog-ish sort of bookshelf tour. So I'm just going to be like going down, you know, showing all of the little knickknacks and stuff. So I'm going to film that while my hair is drying, and then once my hair is dried, I will film the other one. So I'm gonna try and get all that stuff done, but with how my luck has been going today, I don't know how it's gonna go, but I'm gonna try. So it's almost 4 p.m. and I'm going to go to a boxing class. I ended up filming the intro and outro and doing my thumbnail, but I posted a video today that was really difficult for me to do, so that ended up like consuming a lot of my thoughts and I wasn't really able to do anything for like an hour and a half after I posted that video, but I still am glad I did it, and thank you once again for all of your support on it. It honestly means the world to me, but I'm kind of taking a break from the comments right now because it was just a really difficult video for me to film and all of that stuff, and reading the comments is also not an easy thing. So right now I'm just importing the footage that I just filmed, and then like I said, I'm going to go and take a boxing class because that will take my mind off of things, and also it's something that I like to do. Hello and happy Thursday. I didn't realize, but I forgot to vlog anything yesterday. I was doing so well. I'm sorry, but I'm back today. So I haven't really read any more of the Gilded Wolves. I think I'm on page 30 something, 37, and I'm on chapter 4. So I kind of was debating putting this down because it's just very confusing. It seems really convoluted and I'm not really sure what's going on or why I'm reading it, but I'm going to push through and keep on going and at least give it 100 pages and then see if I do actually want to finish it. But right now it feels like one of those things that I would want to love in theory, but in practice I'm not loving it. It's also like pretty much the end of February and I've only read 2 books this month, so like I would like to make some more progress and try and finish another another book this week, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I have been doing well with Renegades though. I think I'm on like chapter 25 or something like that in the audiobook, and I'm filming a video today where I'm not using the audio, so I'm going to listen to the audiobook while I'm filming that video and try not to watch stupid stuff on YouTube, which is exactly what I have been doing today so far. But I did get my Owlcrate in the mail. It's right there. So I wanted to unbox that for you guys, but I'm gonna do like a silent unboxing because I thought that that might be fun, and I feel like I say the same thing in every unboxing, so I'm gonna try and do them like this in vlogs now. But I will have the link for Owlcrate down below for you guys, as well as a coupon code that you guys can use. Owlcrate was Crown of Feathers by Nikki Pau-Preto, and I actually have an ARC of it, and I actually think I like the Owlcrate cover better. Honestly, for the most part, I generally prefer the original cover, or I'm just kind of neutral on it, but for the most part, I usually prefer the original cover. But I really like this one. I like the contrast of the dark. I think it like adds this purple element, and I like purple, so obviously I'm kind of biased there, but it adds a purple element to the phoenix's feathers, which isn't there in this original copy. So I do really enjoy it, and the spine is beautiful, and of course the edges. I love when there are edges. These edges like match my wall pretty much perfectly actually, but I have to say I do really like this cover redesign. I think it is gorgeous. And this is a new fantasy, and it deals with this world that was built upon the backs of Phoenix Riders, which are these legendary warriors who soared through the sky on wings of fire until a war between two sisters ripped it all apart. So I believe this is a story about sisters, sisterhood, and lots of other fantastical things going on, but I am really excited to read it. I actually picked it up yesterday when I was thinking of putting down the Gilded Wolves, but I ended up picking up the Gilded Wolves again because I really just want to give it a chance. But now I'm going to go and film that video and put all this stuff away. Hello everyone and happy Friday. So I have been pretty busy today. I was mostly hanging out with my mom because she took half the day off, but this morning I did manage to finish listening to Renegades by Marissa Meyer, which I did thoroughly enjoy. It was a really complex story, lots of layers. I really enjoy stories that examine the difference between good and evil and kind of that moral ambiguity. I love that. So it kind of gave me Vicious vibes, and the superhero stuff was super cool, and I just thoroughly enjoyed it. So I give it a 4 out of 5 stars. But since then I did start listening to a new audiobook. Let's see if I can find it. Aha! Daughter of the Siren Queen by Trisha Levenseller. I was really kind of swooning for the romance in Renegades, and the first book in this series also had a great romance, so I started this again because I was kind of in the mood for something a little bit steamy, and it definitely is a little bit steamy. There's so much tension, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I also have a couple of things that publisher sent me that I wanted to unbox really quickly. So first I have a package from Penguin. Ooh, a tiara! So I can just transform into the queen that I wish I was. How does one wear a tiara? With dignity and grace. But this was sent along with the book of 4 Dead Queens by Astrid Schult. This is my second copy of this, but I'm quite excited for it. I've heard some pretty good things. I know it is a new fantasy. Ooh, a map. I love maps. Interesting, so it seems to be a technological culture in this fantasy universe, which is really cool. It's also a world where they have eradicated hate, fear, and crime. It seems like a kind of sci-fi fantasy blend, which is very intriguing, and I'm excited to read it. Which also reminds me, I haven't made any more progress in the Gilded Wolves, hopefully tonight. And this final package is from Simon & Schuster. Also, it's from the Canadian division. How fun! This is Kings, Queens, and In-Betweens, and there's a lovely little note here from the author. It is so great, but this is by a Canadian author, and it deals with drag kings, magical queens, new love interests, and surprising allies. This seems like so much fun, and I'm all about drag, so I am very excited to try this out, and they sent so many fun goodies with it. There's a little like ticket for an amateur drag night, which I absolutely love. There is a sour strap. I honestly distinctly remember my French teacher in like grade 4 or something having these, and I took some off of his card apart even though we weren't supposed to. I was a rebel. And then there's also these peel and stick mustaches. That's amazing. I love the fact that this has drag queens, I believe, but it also has drag kings. That's the one that it definitely seems to focus on, and that's so cool. I'm really excited to learn more about that side of drag. So thank you very much to both Penguin and Simon & Schuster for these lovely packages. But now I am going to go and start editing my video for tomorrow because I meant to film some more stuff for it, or refilm some stuff for it today, but I never got to it, and I need to get it done. So I'm gonna try and do some editing and then go to bed. I'm really tired. I mean, I worked this morning, so I've been up since 4, so it's kind of understandable why I'm tired, but I made the decision today to put down the Gilded Wolves. It just, like, I haven't wanted to pick it up at all. I've had no motivation to pick it up, and I know that's due largely to the fact that I find it very confusing, and a lot of the feedback that I've gotten from other people is that they're also confused and they're almost done with the book, so that definitely doesn't make me want to pick it up again. So I'm gonna put it down for now, but I also don't know if I'll ever pick it up again. I feel like this is one of those books that I really want to love, and in theory it sounds amazing, but I just don't know if the writing style and the execution overall of the story is meshing with me, so I just don't think it's something for me. So unfortunately, I'm gonna give up and move on to something else, but I'm not really sure what yet. I have a lot of fantasies on my TBR, but I'm kind of feeling like I want to go for a contemporary because I feel like it's been a long time since I've read a contemporary, so I think that might be the route that I'm gonna go with. I just don't know which one I'm gonna read, so I guess I will decide and read a little bit before bed and then let you know what I picked. It's only been like 10 minutes, but I decided that I'm going to DNF the Gilded Wolves because I just don't think it's for me, but I think I'm going to pick up one of my Emma Mills books because they seem cute and quick, so we'll see. Hello, so forgive my half-finished makeup, but it is 7 in the morning and I'm about to leave for Toronto for the Angie Thomas signing, so I'm very excited. I have the Frenzy Presents event beforehand and that should be fun too, but yeah, I'm gonna go.
Doesn't hold back, and that's exactly what I want to do as a writer. Then there's Tupac. Yeah, I like them both. Shoot me. No, don't shoot me. That's the wrong thing to say when talking about Biggie and Tupac.
Hello, so it's actually Monday morning right now, but I just wanted to close out this reading vlog and talk about a few things. So first of all, yesterday I was in Toronto for the Angie Thomas signing, which was really fun. I got to talk to her for quite a bit, and she's such an amazing person and is doing amazing things with her books, so if you haven't read them yet, then you need to read them. But it was really great to meet with her. I also before that went to the Frenzy Presents event, which is basically where HarperCollins invites a bunch of bloggers and stuff to go, and they tell you about all the upcoming titles and then they give you some stuff. So I have most of the stuff downstairs actually, but I just wanted to show you the books that I ended up getting. So first of all, a special shout out to Parker, who came up to me at the Angie Thomas signing and gave me this copy of Alice in Wonderland. Thank you so much. I love it so much, and it's actually one that I don't have, so I'm happy to add it to my collection. I also obviously got a copy of On the Come Up by Angie Thomas, which is her latest novel, so I got this signed by her, which was amazing, and it was just so much fun to go and talk with her again. But I also got 3 ARCs in my little swag bag. So the first one I got is one I'm so excited for, and that is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo, who is the author of The Poet X. First of all, this cover is absolutely gorgeous. I'm obsessed with it, and I know that there's recipes in the book because the main character is a teen mom, which I don't think I've ever read about, and she really likes to cook, and it just sounds like such a good novel. So I'm actually starting it right now, and I'm only on page like 10, but it's good so far. Like, if it's not good by page 10, then that's a problem. And this one is coming out on May 7th. Next is Let Me Hear a Rhyme by Tiffany D. Jackson. This is the author of Monday's Not Coming, which I never got the chance to read. I think I might read it eventually. Maybe I'll read this one first and then see if I'm interested in it. But I know that this has like a rap album that goes with it, so that just seems so cool. So I don't know if there's like the digital download code with the ARC, but if there's not, I'm probably gonna wait until it actually comes out because I definitely want to have that full experience of reading the book, but but also having the wraps that go along with it, because I just love when books go that extra little bit, and that just seems so cool. And finally is Like a Love Story by Abdi Nezemian. I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly, but this was described at the Frenzy Presents event as a love letter to the LGBTQ plus community, and that just sounds adorable. I love that idea, so I think this seems like something that I would enjoy, and I'm very eager to dive into it. So those are all the things that I got. Thank you so much to HarperCollins Frenzy for giving me these things and allowing me to go to the event and to meet Angie Thomas. It was so amazing. Now, as far as my reading goes this week, I actually had a pretty good reading week. So I ended up finishing 3 books total, but I also DNF'd 2 books. I'm really working on getting myself to DNF books because there are so many books out there that I really want to read, and I don't want to be wasting time on things that I'm not actually enjoying just because I've heard other people say they liked it, or I think maybe it's gonna get better, because it's just not worth my time. It's such a struggle for me because the 2 books that I DNF'd this week are really popular books. So the first one you guys already know about, and that is The Gilded Wolves by Roshni Chokshi. I got 40 pages into it and I just was confused, and I felt like the story was very dense and I couldn't really engage with it. So I made the decision to just give up on it, and I'm trying to accept the fact that that's not a bad thing, because I have so many other books that I would like to pay attention to and give the chance, and I should only be focusing on books that I'm going to enjoy, because that is good self-care and I need to practice that. So despite the fact that a lot of people have loved this book, it just wasn't for me. I can see why a lot of people would like it, but I couldn't get into it. There was way too much information and it just made me not want to pick it up. The other book that I DNF'd, I made the decision to DNF today. Actually, last night I was thinking about it and then I decided to DNF it, and that was This Adventure Ends by Emma Mills. I've heard some really great things about Emma Mills, and I have 2 of her books. I have Foolish Hearts as well, and I think I'm still going to give that one a try because I'm hoping it might be a little bit different, and I would like to at least give it a go. But this book, This book, I got 70 pages. This book, I got 70 pages into it, and I felt like I didn't know where the storyline was going, and I didn't really know any of the characters either, or really care. And obviously, 70 pages isn't that much, but I feel like at that point, I should know at least where the story's going, or have a care for the characters. One or the other would be fine with me, and especially with contemporary, I feel like I should care for the characters, but I felt like I never really got to know them, and I kind of need that connection right away. So ultimately, I ended up deciding that this just isn't for me, even though I know quite a few people have really enjoyed it. It just wasn't what I needed right now, and the writing style was a big issue for me. I just felt like it was bouncing all over the place, and there was no clear path that the story was on, so it just didn't work for me, unfortunately. But maybe it will work for you. Like, if I DNF'd a book, that doesn't mean it's a bad book. If I don't like a book, that doesn't mean it's a bad book. I just feel so bad DNFing them, but don't give up on them. If you liked them, I'm sorry, they're just not for me. So like I said, now I have moved on to With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo, which I'm hoping that I will end up getting through, since the past 2 books that I've tried have been DNFs. I'm also still listening to the audiobook for Daughter of the Siren Queen by Trisha Levenseller, and I'm hoping to finish that this week. Then the physical read that I finished this week was King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo, which I gave a 4 out of 5 stars. I was torn between a 4 or a 4.5, but I think 4 is where I've settled. I have a lot of thoughts on it, and I'll talk about it more in a wrap-up. And the final book that I finished was Renegades by Marissa Meyer, which I gave a 4 out of 5 stars. I'm hoping that I will have a lot of 4 out of 5 star reads this year, because I had so many 3 out of 5 stars and I just feel like that's sad. So I want to focus on the 4s, and hopefully I'll have a few. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna like purposely rate books higher. I'm just, like I said, trying to DNF, so then I will have a lot of books that I enjoyed this year and it won't be another repeat of last year. So that's going to be all for this week's reading vlog. As per usual, if you want any more thoughts on the books that I was just talking about, I will go further into depth in my end of the month wrap up, which will be coming to you very soon actually. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope that you guys are happy that reading vlogs are back. I'm going to try my best to make them better than they ever have been, but my life is so boring, so I don't really know how I plan on doing that, but I'm gonna try. But don't forget to click that subscribe button and then click that bell icon so you'll be notified whenever I post. I post new videos every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, struggles, and I'm also a part of the Bookmarked live show, which is held every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but all the information for that will be down below for you guys. You can also follow all of my social media, all my handles and links and all that stuff will also be down below. So thank you so much for watching once again, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!